Yekaterinburg, and this is my first English video which should help to restaurant managers answer this question: why they don't work. But before we start the topic, I will introduce myself very shortly. I'm 32 years old. My education is from Lyon Institute of Higher Education in Switzerland. I completed MBA course in managing in hospitality. Also, I have own small restaurant in Yekaterinburg. I will tell you today some stories from our work. Also, I manage this bar, and sometimes I serve people as a waiter, and sometimes I help to cook some dishes. So actually I know every process what is going on. As well, I was working in Hyatt as training manager, and also I had wonderful experience with the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in its F&B department. Alright, so shortly I introduced myself. If you'd like to know more, you can visit our pages in social media, Facebook, or watch other videos at YouTube. And we start. Our video should not be longer than 1 hour, and it will be shorter. Let's see. And our topics for today are: why most of our people are not so effective as we wish. Also, what can be their demotivators. It can be product, maybe boss is the problem. Also, process may not be organized as well as it should be to help your people to do their job done. And how can we remove all these demotivators? And let's start from the first definition. I would like to say that motivation is a myth, but demotivation is reality. We will not discuss today your selection process. Of course, the first step, if you want your job to be done in perfect way, you should hire right people. What does it mean, right people? Try to answer this question. Right people, it means that they understand their job, they love their job, and they have talent to do this job. So we skip this step, and let's imagine that all your people were selected properly. You're sure that they are the most talented, and they really like to do exactly this job. They like to cook, they like to serve, they like to wash your dish. What does it mean your people work not properly, or maybe not so effective as you wish? Let's see, what does it mean? If they like their job, the second very important step is to be sure that they understand why they do this. For example, this is easy to understand the impact of his job for fireman, for example, or for doctor. They understand that if they work, they save people's lives. But this is your first homework. Try to explain your dishwasher, or your chef, or your commis. What is the global impact of his job? You should tell him something about his job, why he should wash plates perfectly, to make him to respect his job. Because for any person, if you do something what you don't respect, what you don't realize, why you're doing this, you don't have passion for doing this. So try to find out, if you're a dishwasher, what you would like to say to understand how your role is important. Now, you should evaluate their work process. Very often people ask me to help them to do something with motivation of their people. Always I'm telling this story. No need to motivate. First, remove what demotivates them. Let them do this job in a nice way. So let's see what can be going on with your standards. Also, I ask these managers, when you tell me that your people don't work properly, what do you mean? And most of them, they say, they don't implement all standards. So let's see, what can be with standards? Let's see, what can be wrong with our standards? First of all, sometimes there are no standards. You will say, no, we have standards, but let's see what does it mean that there are no standards. For example, such small things like no one knows how much butter exactly in grams should be put into cereal. You can try. If you eat one cereal with 5 grams of butter, or you can eat another cereal with 8 grams of butter, and you will see that you like one, you don't like another. Again, I like to ask every chef who is coming to interview, to selection interview, please tell me how long time you will boil an egg if you want it to be boiled perfectly at the end. You cannot imagine. Many people give different answers. 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 11 minutes, 9 minutes. This is also standard. And many restaurants, they don't implement this standard because they think, this is easy to boil an egg. Another example. Many restaurants, they don't have an exact standard word by word for taking a reservation by phone. What we can face in this situation? Try to call to different restaurants and you will see. Sometimes you will be not asked about your telephone number. Sometimes you will be not asked about how many people will be with you. Or you will make a reservation on certain dates. For example, you will say, I want to book a table on 11th of April, and a person who will take a reservation, they just will not clarify that 11th of April is Wednesday. But it often happens. People think that they're coming on Wednesday, but 11th of April is not Wednesday, it's Tuesday or Thursday, so it's very important. The second reason, what can be wrong with your standards, maybe that your standards have low quality. And also let me to introduce you a couple of examples. What does it mean, low quality of standard? One restaurant, they asked me to help them to fix some of their standards, service standards. And I just had a short look on it, and you can see why their servers don't do this properly. What it was in there. For example, how they should serve Corona beer. It was written, please, if a guest orders Corona beer, serve it in a classic Mexican way. Put a slice of lime into the bottle and don't serve glass. What should I say? Usually normal smart people, they read it and they understand that something wrong in there. How should this standard be designed effectively? What would I write in there? If your guest order Corona beer, ask him how he would like his beer to be served, with glass or classic Mexican way, with slice of lime inside of the bottle. Actually, it was even not slice of lime, it was slice of lemon, and I told them, but Mexican way, not lemons, limes. Another low quality of standard was, when you're serving tea, put tea kettle on the table and tell the guest that he should wait several minutes, and after that he can fill his cup by himself. I said this is also wrong standard. It's a low quality of standard. It should be like this. If you serve tea, wait until certain sort of tea will be ready, because black tea and green tea, they need different time. And when your kettle is ready, then serve it and fill a cup of guest by yourself. You, waiter, fill the cup, not a guest. Next point, people don't know your standard. Why it happens? Because of poor educational process. We will talk about it shortly during this presentation, but let me show how we organize our education process. When new employee is coming, we have this individual plan of education, this individual paper for each. And we have 4 pages of different tasks. Usually it takes up to 2 months to train each waiter, and it doesn't matter if he has previous experience or no. Let's see, we have 4 pages as I said, and first page is for first week basic skills. What do we have here? If it's not seen properly, just request this list from me by email. It will be my pleasure to send it to you. What do we have here? How to fill salt and pepper shakers, types of cutleries, how to meet guest and allocate him, how to manage capacity, how to present a menu, how to present special offers, how to take an order for drinks. What else? Meals courses, levels of steak doneness, how to serve wine, how to prepare bread to be served, how to make a discount without card, how to serve a kit, how to activate guest card, how to allocate flowers, how to serve water, how to serve espresso, how to order utilities, how to prepare daily line-up. So as you can see, we have every small step in here, and after 2 months we are sure that our waiter is trained properly. The same list we have for each position in the kitchen, for dishwasher, for bartender, for manager, for everybody. You can check if your people really know your standards. Just ask any person, an employee, to do several things in front of you, but I can guarantee if you don't have such an individual training plan, maybe part of your standards are not implemented. Another point, your people know the standard, but they cannot implement it. For example, chef doesn't use scales. Even if you do have a standard how many grams you should put something in your meal, but if your chef doesn't use scales, your meal will not be perfect. He knows the standard, but he doesn't understand why it is so important. Another example, your waiter doesn't check checkpoints regularly. Try to answer this question. What are checkpoints? Checkpoints are some special steps where guests put certain attention on it. This is your entrance, your website, your social media page. When someone meets a guest, this is his grooming standard. When he sits down on the table, cleanness of table, what is on the table, presentation of the menu. If the menu is clean, all pages are new, no scratches, toilet room is clean and fresh. And usually all these things, people who work in service should check, but they don't do. Why? They don't understand that if they don't check it, maybe guest will go to the restroom and it will be not clean and not fresh. He will come back, and only because his full impression from the restaurant now is not so perfect as it was before, he will tip less to the waiter. So what does it mean? They know standard, but they don't understand. Sometimes you think as a manager, it's easy to understand why they should do this. No, not so easy. Try to explain them why it is so important. What can be the result if they don't do this thing? And the last point, they understand the standard, they understand this is important, but they don't accept. Let me give you another story about this. At our bar Miata, we have one of the most important rules, standard. For example, I serve meal. I serve meal or I serve drink. After that, I go back, wait 1-2 minutes, like first try or first bite, and I have a look on the guest. If a guest looks like this, very happy, very tasty, he likes it, okay, I do nothing. If I see that the guest is not truly happy, I will go to him and ask, excuse me, how is your salad? How is your drink? And usually people say, oh, it's okay. There are many reasons why they tell us. Maybe they have not enough time, maybe they have bad experience in previous life, like they were complaining or something, but people only said, oh yeah, you don't like this salad, but we have this salad, sorry. And again, I explain again. Excuse me one more time. If you don't like this salad, just tell me. And if you have a bit of time, like 10 minutes, we will change this salad. And you will be not asked to pay for two. If another salad, we bring it to you, and you like it, you enjoy it, good. Only one salad will stay in your check. Usually after this, if people something they don't like, they start to tell. And now, at our YouTube channel, you can see this video which explains why we do this, how much we spend money for this, and what impact also in money do we have. So I will not put too much attention on it now. So what? I can see that still we have maybe 1 complaint in a month, 2 complaints in a month. I ask my waiters, how it can be that the guest left and he was not satisfied with his meal or with his drink? And usually they say, we were in a rush. It were a lot of guests. I tell them, alright, but let's say that also full pack, full capacity, and 1 table they order a bottle of wine, and there are 10 of them. And we had a lot of guests before them, and all the wine glasses are washed but not polished. How long time will take to polish 12 glasses? 2-3 minutes, yes, it will take, maybe 5. Will you serve wine to this table without polishing a glass? No, you will polish, it will take 5 minutes. You're still in rush, still full capacity. So, the same time, 2-3 minutes, you need to ask this question. Excuse me, how is your cocktail? How is your beer? How is your meat? The matter is that polishing glasses is like a very important process in their mind. But this one, even I explained them why it is important, what do we have, what is an impact. Still, they cannot understand that this is not, separate process. So you can serve meal, and you can ask, or you cannot ask about how they like it or not. It's like together process. Serve, he is not like too much happy, you go and ask. This is like to serve and polish glasses to the wine. Alright, we finished with this topic. Let's continue. We will see what else can demotivate your people, or what else can be the reason why they don't demonstrate all the standards. Let's make a little conclusion. What to do if your standards are not perfect? First of all, design effective standards. Second, train your people every day, day by day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, enough. Fix it. When you train people, please don't demonstrate. Do the task together. Also, we will have a webinar on this topic, but try to imagine if I put you near myself and will show you how to make a dress. Your hands will be like this. I will just show you, and after that I will give you some material and will tell you, please, now you make a dress. You will be not able to do this. The same. Don't show him how to fry meat. Don't show him how to make espresso. Let him do this in front of you, and he will just advise. This is correct, this you can do better, try like this, try like this. This is training, not demonstration. And the last important point, don't push. Explain each standard, explain why it is important. Because if you push, when one day you will be not around, they will do as they like. If they understand why it is needed, even without you, they will do as it needed. Often at my trainings, I hear such things. We don't need training, we hire only experience. Alright, but still, you have different frying pots, you have different coffee machine, you have different sort of coffee, you have different kitchen utilities, you have different recipes, and your soup from pumpkin will be not the same soup which he used to cook at the other restaurant. So if you want to have your soup, still you should train him several steps. At which moment you put cream, should he boil or no? This is important. Other reasons why still your experienced people should be trained. Adults cannot be trained as kids. Why? They have previous experience, they value why and what for. They don't do like kids everything what you tell them. And the last thing, they are a source of knowledge, and you should use it. You should have another question. How I can design effective standard? I will advise you. Just do it by yourself. One time I decided to serve lunch, business lunch, by myself. I spent 3 hours, I was serving guests. After this, I came back to my office and I put down on the paper all the things my people do, but this is not the most convenient way. So what did I tell them after the lunch? First I said, listen guys, you serve lunch, you serve salad, you serve soup, you serve the last meal. After that you wait while he finished his meal. Then you put coffee, you wait, or maybe don't put too much attention on him. And after coffee, you bring the bill. And like this, guest is waiting around 40 minutes, not waiting. He spends for his lunch around 40 minutes. How do I? I serve him salad, soup, and the last meal. And when I serve this meal, I ask him, maybe some dessert? We have very nice cheesecake today, I guarantee. And guest says, no, I don't have cheesecake, coffee is fine. When he's at the end of his last meal, I already bring him coffee and the bill. And while he is drinking coffee, I give him recipe, I give him money, so his lunch takes 20 minutes. But until you will not go and do it by yourself, you will never find what else can be done more effective. Also, we had special seasonal menu, and one day I spent in the kitchen and I see that my chef is running this way, that way. I asked him, why do you run so many times? And he said, for this salad we use spices which are in different part of the kitchen. I asked him, how many salads did you make today? He said 7. We have this salad almost 2 weeks. And when all the process was done and we had a break, I told them, guys, just take a can shaker, put in it all the spices you need from another part of kitchen, put it in front of you and use, don't run. This is the answer. If you'd like to have effective standard, just go, do, and you will understand. What helps you to do your job? Or what make it more complicated? This is very easy. Another question I usually receive, alright, how to make my people to understand the standard, to understand its importance, And here I will advise you motivational talk. Not punishment, not a prize, motivational talk. What is this? Also, let me tell you one story. I had very good waiter, a lady. She was one of our best, because many of guests, they told me, this is very good waiter. She's so nice, she's so helpful. But sometimes she gave me a headache. One, we had such a situation. One group of guests, one of them, he was a very important person and he was from another city. They had dinner at our bar, and in 3 days I gave them a call to ask, guys, how was your visit? And they told me, not so good. All the food was very tasty, but our VIP person, he received his meal in 50 minutes, 50. Oof! Alright, next day I have a conversation with this lady. I asked her, please tell me why the situation happens first, why you didn't tell me about this. And she said his meal was prepared, not of course 50 minutes. I just forgot about his meal because it were too many people. And I asked her, Natalie, we have standard. You should put all your orders in notepad. I asked her, did you write down the order? And she said no. I explained her what was the impact, how they were upset. Please, Natalie, don't do this anymore. Will you write your order in your notepad? She said, yes, I will. In 2-3 months, this situation again happens. Again, I'm asking her, why guest told me, of course it were another guest, why they told me that they were waiting for their meat plate for 30 minutes. Because I've seen that our kitchen, they were very fast that day. And again she said, I forgot. I asked her, did you put your order in the notepad? She said no. And here our motivational talk was done. I told him, let me summarize. I put a lot of efforts to make our bar being so great. Our kitchen, they work as they're just flying, they're very fast. But guests don't receive his meal in 10 minutes, he receives in 30 minutes, and he go and he wrote on TripAdvisor, oh guys, you better don't go to this bar because they cook very slowly. Only because you don't want to put a note on the paper? Right? So this was the last day she was working with us. Motivational talk should be done. You should explain him the situation. You should show him what happened to guest, how he felt himself. You should ask an employee, why did you do like this? You should wait until he will tell you, alright, understand, sorry, I will try not to repeat it in the future. But if it happens, just this is not the right person, let him go. Also, there is a good news for you. If your people don't do something, but your people are great, and your standard is proper and is effective, the matter is in neural connections. Remember your first time in your life when you, for example, played piano or danced, or even take your first steps. For sure, they were not perfect. Why? Because your brain was clean, and with each step, new neural connections will happen in your brain. These connections were becoming stronger, and now you walk very well. The same happens when your employees don't do something new. When 2 years ago I implemented this rule that if your guest doesn't look really happy, you go to him and ask, how's your meal, how's your drink, to have time to make for him a new one, perfect one, great one for him. And I was sure that my people were trained, that they understand why it is important, but they still didn't do. received this information about neural connections and I understood what my role is. I was near first week every half an hour, and every half an hour I was asking them, did you ask, did you ask, did you ask that, did you ask that, did you ask that? And after 1 week, in their brain were already enough neural connections to combine these two actions. Serve something, ask. Serve something, ask. And after 1 week, I don't need to remind. So, if your people don't do something, just remind, and you will see that very soon they will do it without your presence. Finally, we have right people, we have effective standards, our people understand importance of the standards. What else can prevent them from great job? Let's see. Product can be demotivator. What does it mean? Product can have bad quality or mismatch between price and quality, or it can be lack of product knowledge, or product can have bad image. When I was studying at Lyon, we studied such company as McDonald's. Of course, we know how it is successful, and McDonald's usually takes first places in employer rating. Still, when employees of McDonald's were asked about if they're proud of their job, they said not really. Why? Starbucks also not a full service restaurant, but they're proud because nowadays all over the world we have low image of the McDonald's product. We know that it's tasty, but it's not natural, it's not healthy, this is junk food. It's not easy to work when you hear about your product such things. What to do if you think that maybe your product is not so good? Don't think like all your dishes are not tasty. No, maybe some tasty, maybe some are good. But your waiters cannot recommend different positions, and when you ask them, listen, why you never recommend this one? And waiter can say, you know, our chefs don't know how to cook it. We have steaks, we are not steakhouse. And when people before ordered steaks and I served them, and they told me, no, you're not perfect in meat, you're not perfect in steaks. So since that day, I decided that I will not recommend any more steaks. Even more, when my guests will order steaks, I will tell them, you better order something different. For example, meat or pasta. Check this on. Another reason why people can be demotivating, it can be you, your boss, your manager. What exactly can boss do so his people will be unhappy? Let's check. I have told you so many times, instead of alright, let's check, let's do it together. Let me help you. Show me what is difficult for you. Let me try together with you. Maybe I will help you. Maybe I will organize the process in a different way. Instead of I told you so many times. Another moment is that boss asks but doesn't listen. Why he doesn't listen? Because he already knows. He already knows why, and he might say, I don't care why. Show me a baby. I don't care why did you do this or why you didn't do this. No, ask. You will find many important things. In some cases you will find that this is not right employee. You better find another one. In other cases you will discover that this is really a problem. So if If you find the problem, you can resolve it. Not good boss, which doesn't demand feedback. Ask your people openly, one by one. Listen, let's sit down. You can help me. I'm your boss. You really will help me if you tell me how can I make your life not so nice, being not so nice. Tell me in which situation I'm your headache. When I give you bad time, because I want to be helpful, I want to be effective, I want to be part of your team. And usually people, if they don't afraid of you, they will tell you, you know, Natalie, really bad thing. When you see something, you go and you like nervous asking, what is this, what is this? Just go to the office, it's already done. Halas, finish. And the last point, if boss is incompetent. What does it mean incompetent? Many bosses, many restaurant owners, they advise their waiters or bartenders what to do and what not to do. But they never were in their role. You first go, please work 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. After that you advise. If you never in your life done these things, please don't give us advice, at least how to do this. You can tell us what should be done, what you want to be done, but don't tell us how it should be done. Until try yourself. A good example, last year we were managing another restaurant, and there we had beautiful lady, she was the owner. And when we designed new menu, she were coming every time and she were advising, I want this soup in the menu, I want this dessert in the menu, but this one I don't want and this one I don't want. It was very difficult because this lady, she doesn't know production matrix. She doesn't know that we don't put single ingredient in the menu. She doesn't know about proper menu mix, proper sales mix. She doesn't know economy of the kitchen. So you first go, learn, we will explain you. After that, your advice. I will not put this coconut milk soup because there are no more any single item with coconut in our menu. The final thing about the boss usually should resolve problems rather than harps on it. Here I can give you a very nice example, and you will find many of such examples at your working place. Our chef, he was complaining, not to us, he was complaining on the kitchen that when we have a lot of guests, when capacity is full, he doesn't have enough frying pans, and it's very difficult to cook like this. When I learned that he's complaining, I asked him and I said, listen, John, why are you complaining almost 1 month? Just take money, go and buy frying pans. You never asked about this, but you're complaining. Your people also start to complain. And real boss, once he faced a problem, he wrote it down, and another day he resolved it. No complaints. Finally, please control your emotions if you're a boss. 1 week ago, I came to my bar around 11 p.m. Yes, we had a lot of tables, but not too much. I was watching. People are eating or no. And I was waiting for my steak 50 minutes. It was first course. I was very hungry. Of course, I was very upset. I was mad. I was hungry also as well. But I came home. Came another day. Asked my kitchen people, came for short 15 minutes daily lineup. And I described them the situation. That they came and it was first course and I was waiting for my meat 50 minutes instead of 10. Before doing this, I checked the program. How many dishes at all were put in the system during this period of time. As well, I checked video cams. If my kitchen employees had during this time smoking break or no. I checked everything, and I already actually know what was happening. But I don't tell them. I ask them to come and asking them why this meet was so long. Because maybe it's not me, maybe it's just a guest. I will not tell you what I've done at the end, but this is a story how you should control your emotions. When you want to kill all these people, just leave. Leave somewhere. Take a second floor by steps. Go outside of the bar. Don't scream, don't tell, don't ask, don't disturb their job. You will ask later on, but before, please collect some information, collect some facts. Very important advice to you, please study effective management. What does it mean shortly to be effective manager? People manager, not task. Less control, more support. Don't command, inspire. Learn what and to whom to delegate. Don't delegate everything or nothing. Don't delegate to any. Learn these people. What is his special talent? Don't criticize, give feedback. Don't praise, give feedback. Negative, positive. Finally, be a role model for them. Show competence. They will respect you, they will see. If you do something, if you can do something perfect, they also will. If you don't do, they also will not. And the last thing which can demotivate you people, process or many processes. Let's also discuss. Overwork. Please don't do this. Don't hire people which say, I don't have hobbies, I don't have free time, I like to work a lot. Because if a person only works, he is not successful employee. Nothing inspires him in his life. You don't need such people, believe me. Better normal balance between work life and personal life. What else does it mean that process can be demotivator? Stupid rules. You go to some restaurant and their employees, they tell you, we are not allowed to use smartphone at workplace. If you want to check our smartphone, we should go down to locker room and check it there. Maybe 5 years ago it was correct, but now we have different ages. Many people, they live in social media, they live in messengers, they communicate in there, they're happy with this. I advise, let people use smartphones. Of course, don't talk in front of guests. Of course, not even vibration, no sound, no vibration. But let them have it in his pocket. He's waiting for meal, he has 1 minute, let him check it on. Another thing, now we live in Instagram era. So if your employee, service employee, has his smartphone in his pocket, he always can take great photos, which later on you can use in your social media to attract your guests, to entertain your guests. Even more, at my bar, I conduct special training how to make great pictures for the Instagram. And here you can say, you can argue, no. If people has their smartphone in the pocket, maybe they will receive some bad news or some bad conversation from his friend, and he will be upset. It means that you hired not matured person. Many things can make person be upset. He should know how to deal with it, how to work in a good mood. Otherwise, this job not for him. It's easy. Also, train them, conduct some trainings, how to keep your mood staying nice, even you receive some bad news or you had some WhatsApp conflict with your friend. Another, what can demotivate your people as a process, some unnecessary procedures. Still, many restaurants, they require a server to ask a manager if he just need to split a check. I don't even tell about to cancel some position. Just split a check. You should ask your manager to come down and to confirm it with his card. Try. You just spend one day work and you will see how many checks you need to split. And always you wait for manager, maybe he's not around, and etc. Don't be lazy. If you think that your employees, by splitting the check, would like to do something not good, just start your day as I start. Every day I'm coming to my job, I open my system, and you see there special report. It's very easy. All the clicks on your system. You just put a mark that you want to see splits, cancellations, and cancellations of printing check. And you will see everything what you want. What for they splitted the check, what for they cancelled the check, if they removed something to another check and why, and which table and when, and what period of time was between them. System will tell you everything, what's going on at your bar, if we are talking about theft. Red tape. What does it mean, red tape? We call it red tape when you put too many procedures to make an easy step. I will tell you two stories in here. When I was working at the Ritz-Carlton, our bar was open till 2. And at 2:15, our very, very regular and important guest, he came into the bar. And he was very drunk. And I asked manager, for sure, we cannot serve him alcohol anymore because we care about him. But I think, and I asked the guest, if we give him some food, he will be happy. It will help him to feel normal. I was trying to put a sandwich in the system, but at the hotel, this time usually system is closed. And when it's closed, it takes like 30-40 minutes. I asked the manager, what should I do? I cannot put sandwich. He said, you go to the kitchen, ask a sandwich, and tell him that later on we will bring him check, receipt. I said, all right. I came to the kitchen, it was night chef. I told him the whole story very fast, and I said, can you please make sandwich? And in 30 minutes, when the system again will be open, I will bring you a check. He said, no. I asked him, if you want, I can give a call to my manager. Bar manager, you know him, he worked here like 5 years, and he will confirm my word. He said, no. Even if he will call me, I will not give you a sandwich. You first go, complete special form in this case, bring it to me, and I will start to prepare a sandwich. I was even asking him, can you please start at least to prepare a sandwich, and I will run and make this form. He said, no. Come on, guest will get this sandwich in 30 minutes at 3 o'clock in the morning. Of course he will not wait. And the last thing, I didn't find a proper word for this point, so I formulated it's like, now you pay for shisha glaze based. Once we had this situation. We came again in the morning to the bar, and our employees, they said, they were keeping glass shisha base on the fridge, 3 of them. And one new employee, he opened the door of the fridge, too much effort, and all these shisha bases, they fell down. It's like enough sum of money. And one of our manager, he told them, very good, now you all guys pay for it. I came next day, I see all my employees very sad. I'm asking them why. They told me the story. I was very angry because I asked manager and I told him, listen, my friend, tell me, if the fridge, top of the fridge, is really great place to keep shisha glass base. He said, not really. I told him, you first go organize proper place where your people should keep this glass stuff. After this, if you found this breakdown, you can already demand people to pay for it. But until they are placed on the top of the bar fridge, please don't ask them to pay, even if they fell down. They should fall down from the top of the fridge. We almost finished, and several short advices. If you want your people to be happy and work perfectly, give them flexible schedule. How we do this? New employee coming and he's saying, I don't really need a lot of money, I'm fine, I have apartment, I have a car, I just like this job, but I also have several hobbies. I do yoga, I do paintings, I do singing, I need a lot of free time for this. I'm telling him, alright, 3-4 work shifts, even not from morning to evening, part-time, fine for you? He's like, yes, I'm fine. I'm telling him, alright, each Friday please inform me which days you want to be free, and all other days I will use. He says, alright. Another employee is coming and he says, I'm married, I have 2 kids, I have hypothec, I need a lot of money. 2 days work, 2 days off, not good for me. I'm fine, I'm healthy, I'm young, I'm 30 years old, I want to work 3 days, 1 off. I want to work 25 days per month. I'm fine with relaxation. I'm saying, alright, let's try. I will give you so many shifts as I can, and we will see when you're tired, even if you don't want, you have day off. And like this, people happy, and I'm happy, because when I have a lot of guests, I schedule more employees. When I have low hours, I schedule less employees. Instead of when you have equal shifts, like 3-person, 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 people don't visit like these restaurants. Sometimes you have a lot of guests, sometimes less, so flexible schedule will make happy you, your guests, and your employees as well. Another advice, working conditions. Just again, I will advise you, spend 1 day as commis, spend 1 day as waiter, spend 1 day as dishwasher. From the beginning of the shift till the end. You go to locker room and do you feel nice in there? Do you have place to take a shower, because at the end of the day you're going to date, or maybe to cinema, or maybe to visit your friends? Do you have place to keep your clothes? Where you have your meal, where you dine? Do you like it? Is it nice? You can relax. Eat this food. You like it? It's tasty? You work in the restaurant, you should eat very tasty. You should know all this your food. At the end of the day, take the same transportation as they take and enjoy. Maybe it takes 2 hours to reach your apartment, or 15 minutes. If there is hot or cold in there, spend the day in the kitchen. You see enough daylight, air is fresh, so organize at least proper working conditions. Don't save money on it, because your people should feel fine at workplace. Again, guests can demotivate your people. You know it. We don't have all nice people at our restaurant, and also we know that we cannot change them. Even we cannot discover why they are moody, why they are angry, why they are like this. So what do you think will you do with this? You cannot, don't let these people go to your restaurant. You cannot change them. How you can help your employees to serve such people nicely? Try to think. What we do? We train our servers, we explain them that yes, people can behave in a different way. They cannot be very nice, and we don't know why. Maybe he's sick. Maybe he has wife which not respect him. Maybe his job is stressful. Maybe he doesn't have money. Maybe he has financial problems. We don't know. But only thing we know, if a person behaves badly, it means that he doesn't have enough, now you will laugh, enough love in his life. And if he is at our bar and we serve him with full of our love, we will please every his request. At the end of the day, he will be nice with you. Maybe not today, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, but just give him what he doesn't have. He doesn't have as his life acceptance, love and care. Good? Good. We finished? And now you can say that you have known it all. Yes. Just now, take your rest, go and do all these things. Your homework, guys. Find out the most significant demotivators. What does it mean, the most significant? What does it mean? It means, for sure, you have a lot of demotivators, but several depressed your people right now, and almost all your people. You find out what these things, what these processes, what these procedures, what these standards, how you can discover it, how you can find out. Yes, correct? Just ask them. Ask one by one and ask this question. Please, dear, tell me 2-3 things. If I remove these things, you will be more happy at your workplace. Tell me, what not allows you to do your job properly? Tell me how I can make you more happy at your workplace, at your work processes, and you will find it out. Also try to spend one day as commie, as a waiter, as dishwasher even. Range them. What does it mean? How to range them? You will find maybe 10 significant demotivators at the beginning. 10, 15. How to range them? From which one you will start to remove, to eliminate? You will start from that which requires a bit of time, very little time. Before remove them, eliminate them, after that go to the next one. For example, during a long time my kitchen was very slow, and on summertime it was very hot. You can say that this is fine. No. When you just take a place near the kitchen, in 2 minutes you're all sweating, and when you cook in there you cannot even breathe because it's very hot. What did I done? I spent money immediately to install air condition. The next day, after we installed the air condition, almost many meals cancellations or delays stopped, because kitchen people, they feel good, they work good, they are happy, everything is fine. Eliminate, find out the next most significant demotivators, range them, eliminate, blah 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 blah. This is like a process which never will be finished. Every time you will find anything else, anything else, anything else. Every my webinar I will finish with recommended reading. These 3 books, if you still didn't have a look at it, please buy and make your table books, especially these 2. Services Marketing, Christopher Lovelock, and service management. Thank you for your time, guys. Please contact us via email. We will send you this presentation, send you several blanks, forms which you can use. It's for free, no need to pay. Please enjoy our YouTube channel. Still we have very few videos now, but believe me, soon you will see more and more. And if you'd like to take a part in our online webinar, where you can ask questions, you can receive answers for specific situation, you can discuss it with the group, just online. You sitting at your workplace or at home, drinking Coke, no need to dress up. If you like our information and the way how we deliver it, we will be glad to be with you. Alright? Again, our contacts. Have a good time.